wanted to give you a quick peek at dehydrated tomatoes as they're finishing. So this is the tougher part. I wouldn't call this tough, but probably one of the most difficult parts about dehydrating is figuring out when things are done. So this set is not quite done, but I've got, because of the different positioning, and you get a little bit of different thicknesses on the slices because you're hand cutting. So sure, you'll have some that are finishing before others. This bottom tray, if we look at this, they're peeling up pretty nicely. They're a little bit pliable, but also crispy. So that tells me that's a good dryness. They're not sticky at all. I know you can't feel sticky in the video, but that's what we're looking for. They're not sticky. There's nothing. They feel nice and dry, slightly pliable, a little bit of crisp and break. This bottom tray, I'll look to make sure they're all done, like some on the edges. This one was a little thicker. That could maybe use a few more minutes, but this tray is looking pretty good. If I come up to one of the higher trays, and these had been rotated before, so that bottom tray started at the top, which takes a little bit longer to dry. So when I moved it to the bottom, it kind of changes your process, and that's why you're seeing some different levels of doneness here. This one is almost dry. It's pretty pliable, similar to a fruit leather, but feeling this, it's also a little sticky. So about the texture of fruit leather is good for tomatoes, but again, you really want to make sure they're not sticky. And you can see in here when I peel this one up that it's still kind of sticking, and when I feel this, especially this spot right here, this is pretty sticky right here. Definitely needs some more time. And then looking around this rack, a little bit sticky again. Pliable, not too bad, but could use a few extra minutes. See if we can get another here. So this one, you can actually see how this is still wet, and mushing in my fingers. This is definitely not done. This is one, I'm probably gonna rotate these trays down. Like I might bring this down to a middle position here and maybe move this one up a slot or two, because that will open up a little airspace here. I obviously don't have this full, and that's why I've got a little flexibility. I've got a couple of trays out just because that's how many tomatoes I had, not because I didn't want to put them all in there. So, as you get to the end of your drying, this is something to do. Come in here, start checking through the trays, checking the ones that you think, might be done. Still a few on this tray. Again, this one here, a little bit soft. I'm gonna give the whole set a little bit longer, but maybe in another half hour or so, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna start taking off those that are really pretty reliably dry. Start putting those in the jar and just let those start cooling and set. I won't cap that jar because I don't want to create condensation. In fact, I'll probably just lay them out on a tray for now to let them continue to cool off so I don't get condensation in the jar. But that's a look at what you're looking at when you're trying to figure out if your dehydrating tomatoes are done. Hope that helps.